you
Yes,
to these
sir.
parts?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said, what brings you to these parts over here in Cali?
Oh, I'm from Texas, and came out to Cali to do some of the stuff I'm doing now, different things I do now. I'm also a writer. I do some screenplay stuff. So I wanted to come out here, take a chance out here with the family. So we came out here to just try to improve, to do the best we can do. Just trying to be like y'all, coach. That's it. Just trying to do. I see, I don't have a belt behind me like you, but hey, come on now.
Hey,
All right, guys. LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison with Amazing Sports, Amazing Eric Sports, and we're live on the Combat Sports Show broadcast with Jamie, the Pretty Assassin Thornton, and of course, her trainer, manager, and coach, head coach, Coach Thornton. Sir, how y'all doing today?
All right.
we're doing well, but you forgot the most important part. I'm her husband.
Coach. I'm sorry. I can't let that slip. I'm sorry. Her husband, the man
Get it
that
right,
trains
coach.
and gets this woman ready for these fights. The legendary Coach Thornton. See, I got to throw it in the legendary Coach Thornton.
So,
Well,
How's it going, Coach? How's it going?
oh man, it's going good. Since our last conversation, Jamie went out and had a fight, and then we just contracted to take another title bout in Oklahoma. So we constantly getting it in. No rest over here.
Well, tell us this, coach, because we want to jump in. We want to get right into it. I want to tell everybody in that comment section, as you come in, hit that like button. We got Jamie, the Pretty Assassin Thornton. We got Coach Thornton, as he said, don't get it twisted. The coach and the husband. In the comment section, put some respect on his name with the ECK. So anyway, I want to ask you this, Coach Thornton, as we jump right in. You just mentioned that you have your next fight coming up. You said you have a title shot. Is it an opponent? Is it for a vacant title, or are you going against a champ? Tell us who you're fighting next.
It's not a vacant. It's not a vacant belt, but I don't think the girl that had the belt for Sugar Creek in Oklahoma has defended it, so they're putting it up again. I'll be fighting Morgan Solis from a Oklahoma American Top Team.
Mm-hmm. And this is for a title. Why don't you go ahead and tell them what weight class that is and what title this is for?
It would be at 115, my home weight class that I've been trying to get down to all last year. So this year's supposed to be my year, or this year, 2018 is supposed to be my year of fighting in my weight class.
Okay, I hear you. So 115. Now, is this your first one back at 115?
No, the last fight I just had was at 115.
All right, okay, all right. Well, Coach, do you have any questions? Coach, now, Coach has been pumping you up, Coach Thornton. He's been telling me all day, you're going to love Coach Thornton. It's going to be a great interview. I can already tell. We talked a little bit off camera. I already know what's going on here, and I'm excited. I'm ready to get into this. Coach Sheldon Harrison, I got to say the coach is right. Coach Harrison, what do you have for him? What's the first question you ask?
Man, I want to tell all y'all listening to this podcast, man, that these two, they're a team, and they work cohesively like a team. And I picked up on it quick. Especially seeing, how well she does and how well they communicate. I mean, I look at everything, even how they act in the corner. It's like they work together, man, like water. They flow like together. They just do everything and it works. But my first question is, Coach, you got to explain to everybody about that guillotine, man. I mean, Jamie, I want Jamie to talk about it, but then, Coach, y'all got to break it down for me, man, because, Coach, I really wasn't expecting the guillotine, man. I was shocked because you sent the photographs to me, and I'm like, Jamie done put somebody out with a guillotine. What, Coach? What's going on?
Okay.
Well, so the guillotine. So Jamie, that was her very first submission that she ever learned. So she actually perfected the guillotine. So it's a few different ways that she actually does it. So what you actually see in the picture is her arm being wrapped around her opponent's basically neck. But actually what she's doing underneath there is actually tickling the throat with her fingers. Tap,
really?
tap.
Wow.
No. No way.
Okay. All right. And Jamie, and this question is actually for Jamie and Coach. I got a little ahead of myself. I apologize. We always like to ask the fighter when we bring a fighter in, and this is for you too, Coach Thornton. What actually brought you to fighting? When did you start fighting? Did you always know as a kid it was just in you to fight? What's your story? Give us a little background on Jamie Thornton. Coach, you give us your background too. How did you guys get started into this?
I have no kind of background in fighting at all.
Wow.
I didn't even about fighting growing up at all. I didn't think about fighting until I met him. He had I would help him training, getting ready for his fights, holding mitts. I learned how to hold mitts for him. And then he started showing me how to throw a jab and then 1-2s. And then we would eventually get in the cage and just start messing around. And one day we got a call to take a fight out in Tennessee and we won.
Wow.
And then the second one we didn't win. And then I was like, I don't want to do this no more for free if I never do it again. And I took a year off. It wasn't no real training. And then it was like 2 years off because he went to Korea and I stayed back home in Georgia. And then when he got back, we came to Fort Irwin and there's not a lot to do here but work out. And I was like, I was getting the itch to want to get back in and stuff. And so he started making phone calls and stuff like that. And then we got offered a last minute fight on King of the Cage out here in California, at Bobo Casino. And we took it. And then ever since then, we've been taking these fights, trying to make a name for myself.
I hear you. Now, Coach Thornton, that's a great story. And what's interesting, let me say this first, because Jamie, this is very interesting because a lot of times you hear when fighters come on, they say this is what I think is great because it shows people, you know, you can get into fighting at any time and still be very successful in it if you have the right desire, if you have the right coach behind you and the right team, because you say that you didn't grow up thinking about it. A lot of people say, I've been fighting since I was in the 2nd grade. I was just a natural. And listening to you speak, you're saying basically it was something you weren't even thinking about at first. And now, you know, it's something that you do full time. It's something that you do for a living. And that's great. Coach Thornton, she mentioned she was speaking about you fighting and your fights. Can you give us a little bit of your history? Tell us a little more about Coach Thornton, when you got into fighting, when you started coaching, the whole 9 yards.
Well, so I've been scrapping a little bit all my life in the streets of East St. Louis. So
okay,
ain't nothing to me. It just when I first took my first fight. So you know I'm active duty Army. I was stationed over in Hawaii, and I had a very good platoon. So every month we would go out together as a platoon, a group of like 33 individuals, and just have a good time together. It's kind of building that cohesive family. And one of my soldiers actually threw me in there and took $500 because a guy kind of fell out the fight. So she threw me in there for the $500. Never fought a day in my life in the cage. Didn't even care for the cage. No background like that or nothing. But I did wrestle in college. So I told you that to tell you this. They went out and got me some board shorts. Since it was, in Hawaii. No cup, no mouthpiece. And I went out there. The opponent name is Russell Doan, who actually fights in the UFC today.
Okay.
So he threw the first kick. And I smelled his toes off my nose. And I was like, I'm actually in a real fight. You know what I mean? So I seen him loading up for the second kick. I shot in, hit a double leg, slammed him on the shoulder, punched him in the face. Nighty night.
Wow.
So I started, but I was already 33 years old at that time.
Oh, so your first fight was 33 years old.
Yeah, I'm 40 now. So my first fight was 33. So I was already over the hill to begin with. Oh, wow. So that kind of spurred into, you know, in Hawaii, you can make a lot of money as a professional fighter because the Hawaiians basically are fighting themselves. So black, white, green, everything outside Hawaii, they're going to pay big money to get you in that cage and punch them out, right? So I deployed for a year, come back, turn pro, and then I fought a few fights, and that was my start into combat sports. So what my wife didn't tell you was actually she got into it because I got my arm broken in a championship fight in Sugar Creek in Oklahoma. And then I got a call from Bellator right after that. So I couldn't tell Bellator that my arm was all mangled up, right? So I said, yes, I would take the fight. I had a broken, mangled up arm, went back to the doctor, said, can you take the cast off? Being an Army doctor, guess what he did?
What did he do?
Took the cast off. Took the cast off.
Wow.
Yeah, so all my training partners wouldn't train with me because I had a broken arm. So I started just throwing jabs and stuff in the house, and Jamie held mitts for me. Then she got good at it. So that's actually how she came about. She don't tell that deep story, but yeah. So both of us was basically already over the hill when we started. She ain't never really fought nobody except for in the cage. So she's definitely an up and coming talent because of those attributes.
Wow.
But Jamie, I'm glad you're back because you got to tell us, you know, you got to tell everybody, like, really, you know, how long you've been fighting. And, you know, I actually want you to talk about all the short notice fights that you stepped up and taken, and just like how well you've done with just, you know, little, I mean, really, because when you look at the grand scope of things, you hadn't really been fighting for a long time. Could you kind of explain that to everybody? Because it's really important.
I think, it's only been a year.
Well, she started, her first fight was June of 2016. So that was just last year. So let's say a year and a half. Her very first fight, we was actually headed out to Las Vegas. We was thinking about taking an amateur fight on Gladiator Challenge. We went out there to train with Roxanne Modafferi and John. Yeah, Modafferi, that's her name. Yeah. It was out there to train with her, and you know, the whole ride I was getting these text messages like, "Yo, can you take this last minute fight at 110 pounds?" Jamie at that time was walking around about 126, but we wasn't fight trained. You know what I mean? But since Jamie wanted to get into it, I was like, you know what? If you want to get into it, then we're gonna jump right into it. We signed the contract. Jamie cut the weight in less than a week. Got in there, and she finished the girl in the first round.
Yeah, hey, coach. I remember that fight. Hey, Jamie, in that fight with Coach Thornton, he got up and he started running around the ring, and he was doing.
Oh,
yeah, that's that fight, right?
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about that one.
No, that was.
We have to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
Oh, man. That was ugly, man.
That was my first amateur fight. That wasn't the first pro fight.
Oh man, hey, well, you know, we got to dance. But I call that the Coach Thornton, boy. You know, take your hands, hold them above your head, and run around and what? Raise it up. That's Coach Thornton, boy. That dance is famous.
Hey, Eric.
Yes,
you know what caused that dance that day?
Tell me about it. Talk to me now.
The whole crowd was against my wife, and then they start calling us the N-word.
Yep, okay. I heard that, Coach. I heard that. Yes.
Why would they do that? It's just a fight.
What city were you in, Coach?
We was in like Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yes, sir.
Yeah, down the south.
Yeah, well, but that story could have been written a different way. You know, you don't turn on a fighter just because the person you wanted to win lost. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
well, how? Tell me this, Coach. That brings an interesting question up, and this is for Jamie also. How do you guys do you use things like that? Whether it's something racial or whether it's just people saying that you guys started too late, if it's not racial, if it's just negativity in general, how do you guys as a team, how do you use that? Do you use it for fuel or do you just try to ignore it? What's the way you process that and move forward?
I don't use it for my fuel at all for fights. I just get in there and do my business. I try not to let it be emotional at all. Because then, you know, my dad was a boxer. My dad always told me that when you fight and you start getting your feelings all into it, that's when you lose because you start not thinking.
True. That's true.
So, you know, I've had I think only one fighter that, you know, I really didn't like at all and still don't care nothing for at all.
Okay.
I hated the way the build up, the talking trash and stuff like that, because that's not me. That's not what we do. That's not us at all. You know, and in order to make a fight interesting and fun, you don't have to talk trash, really. You know, it's a when we all come together, it's like a nice and fun community. You know, we don't all have to be sitting here bad mouthing each other and doing all that Conor McGregor stuff. You know, it doesn't work for everybody.
So Jamie, what crosses the line for you? Like this particular fight, if you don't want to name a name, we won't try to get a name out of you, but this particular fighter that you have an issue with, what is healthy trash talking to you, and what did this fighter do to where you were like, okay, you're crossing the line, it's personal now?
Well, I don't feel like if she crossed the line, because she can say anything she wants to say about me, it's not gonna bother me one bit. I just don't like her as a person. It was Collins. I can't stand her. you know, all her fans back in the Midwest and stuff, they're very racist. They said a lot of racist stuff to me that was like no need for, you know, and she came and I thought it was all in fun in the beginning because like they made a video and talking about who Jamie who, oh Jessica who, and I was like, oh okay, we being funny. And so then we made a video and I was like, I'm going to take your soul. And now all of a sudden I'm the bad guy because I said I was going to take your soul, but you just couldn't even remember my name. And I was like, I didn't see what the issue was. And then after that, people, you know, in this, you ain't this, all this craziness. And then her coach is very classless too, you know, and it's just like there's no need for us to be emotionally involved in it. And the weigh-ins was horrible. They didn't want to make weight. They wanted to say that in Missouri you allowed to be it would turn out to be a catch weight, and they talking about a catch weight. You allowed to have a pound. You're not allowed to have a pound in catch weight, and all that stuff. So it was what it was. You know, I lost the fight because, you know, it wasn't I was not as experienced in it. It was my second pro fight, and she was like 6-1 or something like that. It's a fight that I wish would come back to me, but they'll probably continue to run away.
But Coach, I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, the reason why, you know, you guys get that opposition, and you know, it's because you guys, you know, you guys are black and you guys are doing, you know, it's not normal, you know, to have cohesiveness like you do. You know, I mean, you guys, you got good training, you're you know, getting good sparring partners, you're going to different gyms, and it's just not something that in the MMA community is known. But you know, Coach, I look at you as a trendsetter because you're doing things, you know, you don't really care about what people think. You know, you're doing what's best, you know, for your wife, your athlete, and you guys are on the same page at all time. And that's really why, you know, the first time I interviewed you and I talked to you on the phone, I mean, you were just giving so much knowledge freely, man. Just stuff I didn't even know. But I look at you as a trendsetter, Coach.
Well, I can appreciate that. There's a couple of more husband and wife couples out there, but they're mostly white, Caucasian, or they're not black. See, what happens with the black community, you know, we don't get behind each other and really support each other and boost each other up. So a lot of times it's like a struggle. You know what I mean? Jamie's first year of fighting, she had already had a belt. You know, they hated us for winning the belt, but yet you called me up last minute. You know what I mean? It's kind of odd the way things go. You know, when we go to these different gyms, you know, a lot of times people don't want to spar with Jamie, especially the females. And I'm saying, hey, this is opportunity for you. We come from out of town, you know, go ahead and spar with her. That way, at least you know where you stand. You know, we're normally the least experienced, considering Jamie just started last year. You have nothing to fear. But Jamie gets in there and she handles her own. I mean, we haven't been to one gym where any of these females and smaller males will just walk through Jamie, you know. So that's a scary thing for a lot of people. But I'm saying I want to be on your team. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, right now we had the opportunity to train with Misha Tate and one of her up and coming players that she's putting her time in. You know, I thank her for the time, but even Jamie has smashed that little girl too. So right around trying to give that little girl a contract and build her up, you probably need to put your money over here on Jamie. So I've been trying to contact Misha Tate, and hopefully she sees this podcast. But again, you know, do you want to have the best fighter, the best looking fighter? I mean, it's all about what you want. But if you're building this girl up, giving her a bunch of one-on-ones, and I bring Jamie in here who got 2 kids that stand taller than her, and we're in the military, and we don't do this every day. You know what I mean? She having problems with Jamie, then I think that maybe we put some time and effort into Jamie and boosting her up. You know what I mean? Because she's doing this basically because she wants to. It's not because she needs to. It's not like we need the money. The money's great though. It's not like we need the issues, but sometimes healthy issues make you a better person. You know what I mean? So she's doing it because she wants to do it. So someone who wants to do it, there's no need for it. She's doing it because she wants to do it. So the more we can actually push her. She actually has a contract with LFA to fight a couple of more fights on LFA, but we're going to pick the right time to break Jamie out, and so she can have a good showing, because we've taken 2 fights for LFA basically last minute. You know, so
not in my weight class.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a good training camp, and we're gonna get some good equal competition. Unless they pay us some really good money now. They pay us really good money, we fight anybody.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, and coach, let's I really want to talk about that because people need to understand, they see Jamie's record and they think, okay, well, she's lost some fights, but people don't understand, again, with the short notice fights, being out of weight class. And, I don't know if you follow boxing, but we just saw with Lomachenko and Guillermo Rigondeaux, the size matters. Those extra 10, 15 pounds, especially in the octagon, they matter, especially when somebody trying to clinch with you, or, you got a bigger person, punching, that weight matters, and I just don't think people really truly understand the whole thing about weight. Like, people disregard weight so much, they disregard it. I mean, so what I mean, how do you feel about like the weight, coach?
Well, for us, we're a different breed over here. We'll fight in any weight class between 115 and 135. It's the timing. And if the timing ain't right, make sure that purse is right. So we'll fight. You know what I mean? Now, we do prefer to have a training camp and it be a 115 where it's equal for Jamie. Jamie walking around here at 126, 124 sometime, and she's fighting girls that she's fighting 135, 125. And, she can't get back to 127 after weighing in 25, But I do understand that they're not trying to build Jamie up. So Jamie had to take those opportunities, and she got to get out there and make a name for herself like she already did. What we do foresee is in 2018, we're probably going to fight twice at 125 because she holds a belt at 125 and they want to get back in and defend it. But all the other fights are going to be at 115 pounds, which we already getting those offers. And it's because Jamie has already put herself out there and her name is out there. Now I don't have to worry about these last minute phone calls, although we do get them, but I'm already in the contract process. So I don't have to actually take them, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. And, Coach, I was listening to what you said, and I think you said you dropped a few good nuggets there. Where you would like to be in your career, I'm sure where you and Jamie want to be is to where these last minute opportunities are not what you have to take. You can set yourself up. And I don't think people understand when you're just coming into the game, sometimes you have to take these risks. Sometimes you have to take these last minute fights because you're just trying to get a chance. What is your mindset, Jamie, as a fighter? What is your mindset, coach, as a coach, when you guys are going into, when you get a last minute fight? What's the mindset from the fighter first and for the coach? Do you guys just say, we know we can do this? Or you guys worried about it? What's your frame of mind? How do you guys attack and get ready to go to war when you know you have a last minute fight against a heavily favored opponent?
We train as much as we can, and I have a lot of faith in my husband where I know he wouldn't put me in there if he knew somebody was about to demolish me. So, I go in there and I know if I can protect myself when I'm sparring with him, I know that nobody I stand across from is going to be able to hurt me that bad. So, and then I always go in saying, yeah, I can win. Or if I lose, they're going to have to take this. It's going to be a fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like when I took the KGB fight, everybody wanted to say, oh, I didn't deserve it. Oh, all this stuff. And it's like, well, then why didn't you take it? And it'd be fighters who's like 1-0 and 0-1 and 0-2. And I'm like, really, why did they call me? Why did I take it? Why didn't you take it? If you want to sit back and say, oh, I could have had that fight. If you could have had that fight, then you would have took that fight because it was good money and it was good publicity. So,
Coach Thornton, I just got one question to ask you. How they going to explain ducking KGB Lee? How they going to explain this one?
I ask myself all the time. I mean, to me, it's like this. If you offered to fight John Jones, you're going to get paid. You in the fight game to get your name out there. Now, that's a big feat. John Jones, he could probably hurt you. But, there's that chance that you catch John Jones with that right one. Ain't nobody call him yet, but there's a chance, right? So all these other fighters passing up this fight. No, I don't want to fight John Jones. I don't want to fight John Jones. But then you'll take a fight with somebody else and go lose. Is it better to lose to John Jones or to lose to somebody that's training in a garage?
Good point. Really,
And,
really good point.
We definitely ain't
and
trying to lose the peanut. We want to lose the peanut, you know.
We don't want to lose the peanut. No loss to peanut.
but that's what happens. Peanut come out and wipe them. I mean, no training, Peanut then wiped them up. Now you're looking sad, and you didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Now,
what?
go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Coach. No, I was going to say this is one of the questions from Coach. You probably were getting ready to ask this, but somebody
Okay.
asked, "What did you guys think about what do you guys think about what's going on with KGB Lee right now? Any thoughts on that? On her USADA thing? She's being held up for her first fight in the UFC. You guys have any comments or thoughts on that?
No, we don't really think about it. We understand what happened. It's like a while back she pissed about some pills or whatever that her mom gave her. But we know it wasn't her trying to do any sketchy stuff. And so just going into UFC that you have to pass a couple of piss tests before you're able to fight.
Mm-hmm.
She's good people. I know she wasn't doing nothing, no shady stuff, really trying to do some sports enhancement, being able to, so we don't really think too much about it.
I want to jump in and right here and give Jamie the Pretty Assassin Thorton and Coach Thornton some props right here. I need to do this right here because what you just said and did, Jamie, shows that your character and Coach your character too. Because so many times when people come up short against a fighter, you see it in the fight game, like a fighter like KGB Lee, they take any chance they can to say something negative about that fighter or to downplay that fighter. But Jamie, you just showed a lot of class right there. You came through, you gave your true opinion on that. You didn't break out the haterade. I can tell it's not in you guys' spirit. And I just want to say props to you for doing that. That shows a lot of character and a lot of class, what you just did. Props to you for that answer you just gave.
Now, Eric, I can tell you this. Any fight that Jamie get in there for, regardless of the opposition, the experience, we trying to take their head off now.
Oh, yeah. That's the fight game. That's the fight game.
It might not happen, but we definitely trying to take their head off. I mean, our goal going in with KGB was to basically stand with her and trade with her, see who can hit the hardest. You know what I mean? We didn't really have a training camp, so I knew that we might not have that long haul in us. And then if we couldn't take her out on the feet by hitting her hard and making her back up, which she didn't back up the whole time, we was going to grab that guillotine, which you saw what happened. We did actually try it. So Jamie, she followed the game plan all the way through. And we just came up short. But what we did learn from that is how tough Jamie needs to be to make it to the next level. Additionally, LFA took good care of us because we got a couple of more fights when we want to fight. You know what I mean? So it's not like, well, they did one offer already. We said no because there wasn't enough time to train, right? I ain't going to take this last minute fight if I know I got 2 fights, right? So now we can actually plan out a good training camp so she can return on television, LFA, against a good opponent. You know what I mean? So that's what the KGB fight done for us. Nice. And then all of a sudden, after we get done banging with KGB, now all the calls are for 115. All of them.
Yeah,
the weight class I've been trying to get to, all the calls for 115. And not only 115, they're offering titles.
Nice.
That's going to be a good thing, Coach. That's going to be a great thing because, Coach, we got to talk about how Jamie, has, and Jamie, you got to tell me, you finally had a full training camp, and I'm getting that photograph off my phone now. What happens when Jamie, the Pretty Assassin Thornton, has a full training camp? Somebody is going out. Somebody went night-night. When Jamie Thornton had a full training camp. And so, Jamie, what do you think? Now, if you were to go in the LFA, you fight an opponent with a full training camp, tell us what's going to happen.
I hope I show my ass. I hope I be because at 115, I want to be able to control everything, controlling the fight, So this last fight, there was things that I needed to work on, which is fighting my own fight and not doing what they want me to do, because my Mercedes, this girl that I fought, she was a grappler, so of course she kept running in, and so I played the grappling game, and so I just want to I could grapple with her, but I wanted to stand more, so I'm learning from that and learning that no, this is what I'm going to do. Just because you want to do that, no, we're going to do what I want to do.
I hear it. I hear it.
What you wanted to do was you didn't want to go to sleep, but you put her to sleep. Okay, and now I'm looking at this. I'm getting this photograph. I'm finna show y'all this photograph right now. I'm showing it to you guys. I'm putting it up. Look, Jamie looked like she was possessed. You know, I don't know. She looked on a whole nother level of possession, but this guillotine is sunk in. And you know, and Coach Thornton, you know, of course, he the consummate critic. He said, I wanted Jamie to stand. I wanted her to stand, but Coach, man, this guillotine is beautiful, Coach. Come on, man, it's beautiful work.
Well, so I ain't gonna put it all out there. I ain't gonna let you know all the secrets. Some of the stuff with that stuff, you know what I mean? But so Jamie's a hybrid fighter. And what that means is when you go into any type of combat sports like mixed martial arts, you don't really have one thing that you learn. You kind of learn everything. So Jamie is a grappler. So if someone wants to grapple with Jamie, Jamie's going to grapple them because she is a good grappler. If they only want to strike, Jamie's going to strike with them. You know what I mean? So she's good everywhere. It's just that the girls can't keep up once it hit the ground from getting their ass choked to death, right?
Oh, okay.
PG. Let's leave that one out. But yeah, so the girls just can't really keep up. She got some other really, really slick positions that we, you know, showcase when we Extreme Couture in Las Vegas or even at Syndicate. She got some pretty slick stuff. It's just that normally when a girl is worn out, she kind of gives up her neck and then she just takes it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so in the future, though, we want to beat them up in the face first. That way they can't wear their makeup and then choke.
I hear you. He's going raw, Coach. He's going raw. Check this out. We have a question.
Hold on. Okay, guys, let me show you the photograph. I got the photograph right now. Boy, okay, you guys can see that, okay?
Oh.
There it is right there.
It hadn't popped up on. Let's see.
Yeah, it's popped up. I know you guys can see it. Wait a minute.
I see it now. I see it now. I see
Man,
it. Man,
look at this, y'all. Look at this guillotine. Man, she done turned Mercedes into a darn Pinto. God, dog.
Got the pencil right there.
Jamie, this is beautiful. This is beautiful work.
So, Jamie, tell us what you're thinking, Jamie, because what we like to do for our viewers out here and for listeners, even for Coach and myself, we love to hear exactly. Can you remember what's going through your mind? What are you feeling at that moment in time right there?
Oh, my husband said, reach over top in the fight. I reached over top and I was like, whew, okay, we finished.
Did you know when you locked it in? Did you know right when you locked it in that you had her right there? You knew that was it? Is it a feeling you get?
I knew it was in. Before we hit the ground, I knew it was in.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful work right there.
That's the work of thousands of guillotines from all positions. So basically, when you're in the clinch and you're standing, you can get it. It's very underutilized, kind of like the jab in mixed martial arts. Everybody don't go out there and throw that jab a lot, right? And then when someone does throw the jab, you look at it and say, man, that's a work of art, right? So the guillotine, you can get it from anywhere, kind of like an armbar or even a double leg takedown. You can get it from anywhere if you practice it enough. So Jamie got these guillotines from all different positions. And that just was reaching over the top. We do it so much till as soon as she reach over the top and collapse her hands and tickle the throat with her fingers.
Oh, tickle the throat.
There it is, tickling that throat.
Kind of, she knows. It's pretty much good. I'm glad the girl did tap, though, because enough girls have went to sleep from that right there. But we'll take the W. We'll take the W. We take the money, and then we go get our next fight.
Man. So first of all, Coach Sheldon, shout out to George Page. Super chat.
Uh-oh, man.
George Page just jumped in there. Now let's ask Coach Thornton this. Coach Thornton, you hit on something I wanted to ask you. What is because like you said, you don't want to give away all the secrets. We know that. We know we don't want you giving away all the secrets. But what is your training style as a coach? And Jamie, of course, no one better to answer this, but you also. You spoke about thousands of guillotines. Are you the type of coach when you work with Jamie? I know before we came on air, you mentioned the 2-a-days. Are you guys relentless with this? What would you say is the training style with Jamie Thornton and Coach Thornton?
Repetition.
That's it.
argue, then argue some more, cry about it, argue about it. I gotta sleep downstairs, sleep upstairs. I gotta go in the garage. Repetition. Argue. She ain't speaking right now. Oh, she changed the name on Facebook.
Wait a minute. She didn't go to the it's complicated status, did she? She don't go
no, better not go there.
But check this. So when you guys, the frustration I'm sure comes from just Jamie with him really just trying to make you the best he could be, the repetition as a fighter. Jamie, do you ever feel like as a fighter, I got it, but your coach keeps pushing you to do something, and then later on down the line, you see that payoff?
When we can have issues is when I don't get something, when I'm not getting it, and then I get hard on myself, and then I got him yelling at me too, and so it's making me feel even worse. So it's like, yeah, Lee, I don't know why I can't get it. I'm trying, you know, and so it goes. It's just that emotional stuff that you go through as a fighter. Period. It's not even only females, because I know males go through it too. Males are more emotional than women.
Oh yeah. Don't laugh, coach.
As long as I ain't out there going crazy, we good. Oh, we good. Oh man.
So when you don't actually come from one of these huge teams like American Top Team, to say one since we fighting them next, or Syndicate, Extreme Couture, which we welcome at all these places because Jamie has talent. But when you don't come from those places, you may not get all the touches that you need on a regular basis. So the time that you have with your coach, you got to actually be very intimate with it. Today we're going to learn this 1-2, and we're going to make it very, very straight. In order to get this straight 1-2 at the correct time and the correct punching power with it, it takes some time. Nobody wants to go in there and throw 1,000 1-2s. But you know what? On 1,001, that thing is money. You can do it in your sleep. You can do it from any position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you build the muscle, if you go back to that picture of Jamie holding that guillotine, and then you go back a year ago, Jamie don't have those same muscles. So see, we working on strength and conditioning that actually complements her striking game, complements her grappling. We're doing that one-on-one as a husband and wife team. So when Jamie step out there or we go visit these gyms, Jamie is a very formidable opponent because of this one-on-one. See, when we step in there, although we just showing up for the weekend training, we're trying to win every round. We don't care if you got signed with the UFC, signed with World Series of Fighting. We don't care if you're off the streets. You don't care if you're a crackhead. We're trying to win every round. We're going to jab you to death, and then we're going to guillotine you too. That's just the way we rolling.
That's just the way you're rolling. So when you approach these matches, these training sessions, when you guys come in, like you said, you're not coming from one of the big teams. When you guys come in, do you basically get the feeling that people are thinking that I'm sure they know now because Jamie's been around long enough. But at first, did you guys get the feeling that people thought, oh, she's going to be easy work? And then do you see them change once they're in the cage with Jamie? Like, whoa, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
Well, I know like the first time we went down to Vegas, the girls, they wanted to stand back and see what I knew how to do. And then they thought I was going to be easy. And then the next time we went, they're like, well, hold on. Is that all you do? You only train just with your husband? That's it? Man, because they saw my improvement. And then I think the third time I was getting with them, and they was embarrassed and didn't like it. And then they try and stay away from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I play that game like, oh, okay, you got to find another partner. And I'm like, well, where you going? And I got to go with these big dudes because everybody my size.
And they're throwing punches with Khalil.
Oh.
That's how much they stay away from it. What? Now, why would they do that? Throwing punches with Khalil.
That's what they had her doing?
Well, when you start staying away from her, then, the round robin, you end up with a male that's 260 and a female that's 115 rather than saying, hey, nope, let's switch this up. You know what I mean? So that's what happened.
And I'm sure she still went in there and did what she had to do, right?
No, I stopped that.
Oh, you didn't let that happen? You was like, no, he's jump in and stop
man,
that.
That's
I went with Khalil. She said,
oh, you went in there, coach?
that out.
Handle that.
Coach Thornton went in there and took care of that, man. That's what I'm talking. That's guys. Come on, y'all got it. Y'all, this man. I'm telling you, these two, they together. They do. This is why. Like I can sit and talk to Coach Thornton. I'm telling you, I can listen to this man just talk. I can sit back and just listen to these two just talk because guys, they're giving us knowledge. I'm talking about firsthand inside knowledge on how contracts. They done told us about how they go from gym to gym. They done told us how they train together. Y'all, come on. You can't get it no better than what they telling. This is good. This is good stuff. And they not submitting to the bigger gyms. They doing their thing. And, they getting hate, but they still make it. Man, Coach, I'm telling you, permanent fan of y'all, man. I'm telling you.
I can't tell you this, though. A lot of the bigger gyms, they do open up their doors to us. Straight up. I'm not lying to you. We can show up on the doorstep right now, and we're going to be training. Give a shout out to Cobra Kai with Joe Stevenson. Joe Stevenson has basically said, hey, you show up, you can get any training you want to. Let us know what you need. Straight up. I don't even know Joe, but this is what Joe does. Hey, show up. You can train. Let me know what you want to do. Period. So there's a lot of gyms that actually open up doors to us. Syndicate was one of the very first ones, except for the one we got kicked out of, right?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, well, we did get kicked out of one, but Syndicate opens their doors to us. Plus, they got UFC talent in there. Extreme Couture, I can't say enough about them. It's like going home up in there. You guys need to go there, take a visit, take a class, because they're at Extreme Couture. They make it nice and easy, home environment. Handshaking, picture taking, and then getting punched in the face a little later.
I hear you. You got to get punched in the face a little later. What do you guys look at, Jamie and Coach, when you guys look at the future? We had somebody to pop up in the comment section and ask this. Are you looking at kind of like taking this in stages? Maybe, you where you are now going, maybe get your Bellator to the UFC. Give us like a frame of like the main goal. Where do you want to see Jamie maybe in 2 years?
Oh man, 2 years, that's out there. So let's say 2 years, we probably not even gonna be fighting no more. Jamie needs to slow down, have some more babies, you know what I mean? but seriously though, I retire in the next couple of years, so we already building a house out in Vegas. So that's really our main goal. We just playing around with this thing, see how far she can get. As far as Bellator, we already got that phone call. I text them quite often. I mean, we've been in talks for a long time, except for they won't give us a fight at 115. We could already been fighting at 125 in Bellator. But we want to hang around LFA. I mean, we really like Invicta because Invicta got a lot of girls at 115 that we can mess around with. But we'll be going to Hawaii next month. We'll probably be training out at 808 Top Team, but we might go over there at Jesus is Lord. That's a small, really tough gym. We might hang out with Max Holloway. I don't know. We just playing about ear. We're good citizens. We go where people want us, you know what I mean? So if people don't want us to train with them for whatever reason, that's fine, because we can go right around the corner and get some good training there as well. And additionally, everywhere we go, we actually build a team, since we're basically in the military. You got a lot of military fighters out there. So everywhere we go, you got this thing called Army Combatives. So it's just like MMA, keeps you in shape. People fight on the pro scene and the amateur scene. So wherever we go, we're going to have a home. So we're never afraid of that. But Jamie will keep fighting, and then one day she'll say she don't want to do it. And when she says she don't want to do it, we'll high five it. And she done. Just like that. Just like that.
Wow, man.
Wake up in the morning and be done. She done.
Man, well, hey, y'all better enjoy the Pretty Assassin while she around, because I'm telling you, this is good stuff, man. This is good. So I meant to ask you this. Let me ask you, did you guys get the phone call for Tough? Like the Ultimate Fighter?
We were planning on trying out for it, because it was supposed to be originally at 115. And then they changed it to 125, and it was coming off of my loss with Sabina Mazo. So my head was all messed up. I wasn't in no position where I wanted to even go away to go to no house. And I hate that. I didn't go, because I would have been up in there. I think I would have did good.
Remember that story right there, though. I want you to remember that story, because one thing that we don't do in the Thornton household is, if you want to do something, you need to just do it. That way you don't have no regrets later. But it was kind of bad timing for us. We was already in talks. She was going to be on the show. We was going to be representing Syndicate. I'd already talked to John Wood. Everything was paid. The only issue was we fought Sabina Mazo. And we actually like her too. We fought Sabina Mazo and we ended up getting caught. That's it. So it kind of threw us off track a little bit, you know, because we had a good, quick training camp for that one. And that was a girl that could have put us on top. So we got caught. That kind of knocked us off. But you know what? I've been texting and I've been emailing. So it's going to come around again.
Oh, you're looking for that rematch, huh?
But that,
No.
because, you know, and one thing, and again, we talked about the weight, you know, I mean, Coach, could you kind of discuss like how much bigger Sabina is than Jamie? I mean, and then the short notice, it was a short notice fight and she's bigger. You know, I didn't think Sabina was that big. That's a big girl.
She was just tall. She was just longer than me, you know, and I got caught because of my own mistake. She had that sneaky 10 that would come out of nowhere that I couldn't see. And so that's what caught me. It's a kick that she'd have perfected. You know, Muay Thai was her thing, but I was killing her on her feet. I took her down. But it's all good. Sabina get all the props. She got me.
Yeah.
Part of the game. You know, it's part of the game, and I think it's a big thing. How do you guys, like, when you, like, you mentioned this, and you mentioned, Jamie, you mentioned your head was in a place. Coach, as the coach, as the trainer there, what do you guys start to do to rebuild? You know, because this is the fight game. Anybody can get caught. That's what people need to understand. Anybody can get caught. So what do you start doing? What kind of groundwork do you start putting into your fighter to get her past that moment and to get her back where she needs to be?
All right. So considering she's my wife, I do a whole lot of kissing on her neck and kissing on her ear. You know what I mean?
That works. That
PG-13, child. PG-13.
What other question you got? No.
Okay.
So she's my wife, so I do a lot of kissing and stuff like that, letting her know that I'm in there with her. Again, the Sabina Mazo fight, that was a good catch. You know what I mean? You couldn't do that. She couldn't do that again because it's just the perfect. We was in the wrong. We didn't go in for the takedown. Actually, if you look at that fight again, Jamie was winning on her feet. She had already dropped Sabina Mazo from a leg kick, made her touch her hands to the mat. So afterwards, what we wanted to do was close out with the takedown. What y'all don't know is Sabina is better grappling than striking.
You're telling her secret.
Yeah. So she's a better grappler. You get in there with her and she wrap you up, you're gonna be done, right? But since her striking is so elite, that's all we get to see right now. So since we were winning on the feet, I made a call to get the clinch and then get the takedown, and then the round would end. The issue is when we went in for the takedown, Mazo retreated, and then we backed out with our hands down. So once that happens and you get caught in such a way like that, and social media goes crazy, everybody goes crazy over it. The rebuild is replicating that same situation in training without your fighter knowing you're replicating it. That way you fix that issue. You know, we went in for a takedown. We're actually went in for a clinch, and we was gonna get the takedown, and then round would have been over. But my fighter got caught. So then I take her back to the gym, and then I got to slowly build in that same situation without her even knowing about it. So what I do when she got caught with the kick is we do kick returns. Now I'm retreating, leading Jamie in, and then I throw the 10 the same way. And then slowly Jamie starts to keep her hands up. So remember that thing we call repetition, doing it 1,000 times. So we're just doing kick returns, kick returns, kick returns. All of a sudden, Jamie, now she has that second motion of leaving that hand up on her exit. But it took that fight to get Jamie to keep her hands up. I remember her in training, and she was holding her hand down. The girls just wasn't good enough to time it just right. You know what I mean? But she was leaving her hands down a lot. And then all of a sudden, that went away eventually. But I'm glad the fight happened. It was just bad timing for us, or else we'd been on tough. But one thing happened. We got another phone call from LFA, KGB bought Jamie a nice cowgirl hat. You know, that's bonus. You know, when you get friends like that, that's good. Although we took a loss, we still can go out there and train with KGB. I'm sure they ain't gonna charge us nothing.
But it was a loss that was worth it. It's like me going out and losing to one of these girls that ain't got no name. Because Sabina got a name, they be talking about Sabina. When KGB have her first UFC fight, they gonna be like, KGB just fought Pretty Assassin last time. You know, all these other girls losing the girls that don't even mean nothing. You know.
Right. And Coach Thornton, I know you had that in you. That's why I pressed you on that question, because Coach Thornton just dropped the gem. I know you noticed that too, Coach Sheldon Harrison. Did you see how he dropped that gem about the particular way you get your fighter prepared after something like that? That was beautiful, Coach. The way you brought in, the way you bring it up, and you don't even let her know it's really going on. So, Coach Sheldon Harrison, what did you think about what he just had to say? Because I know you're a fellow coach. I thought that was really great what he just said.
Yeah, I mean, Coach, yeah, he pretty much spot on, man. He's spot on, especially with a loss. You know, you gotta kind of build him back up, and you gotta do it, in a way. And Coach knows his wife. You know, he knows his wife. He knows what makes an athlete tick, and that's the sign of a master coach, when you know how a person gonna respond, to everything. And Coach, just listening to him, he seemed like he know when to go hard. He seemed like he know when to back up. It just seemed like he's got an answer. Coach Thornton has a plan. Like you ask him, he's probably got a plan.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of that come from growing up in East St. Louis. You definitely got to think ahead, or else you're gonna end up getting caught up. And then taking that through my own life experiences with the military and some things that I've jacked up, and how I've built my own self back, and then getting a very good wife who's very loving, and she keeps me built up. Till don't nobody want to see their wife in there getting beat up by nobody. You know what I mean? I don't. So I got to give more to make sure that we're prepared to go in there with the KGBs, to make sure that we can keep our hands up, make sure we don't get our arms broke and stuff like that. It takes a lot out of me as well. But what I do get out of it is Jamie builds her own journey, her own story, Just like I said, she could stop doing it tomorrow, and that's her story with mixed martial arts, and she can start something else. Jamie's an athlete. She can do anything that she wants to do, or she can just sit around here and gain about 15 pounds, no more than 15 pounds, man.
He gave her a limit. God, no. Coach Thornton is lit up today. Yeah, Jamie. He telling you better keep your body tight, because yes, he probably gonna take you and work you out somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, we was training today when you called, and she said I bit her finger. Ain't that something?
He did bite me.
Oh my God, Marcos Maidana.
I bit her finger at all places.
Oh my goodness, Coach, did you bite her finger, Coach Thornton? Let's put it out there.
Her finger went past my mouth.
He bit my finger, y'all. My finger was wet, and it had a dent on it.
But I got the takedown.
Yeah,
you got the takedown. That's all it got. How intense do you guys get on a scale of 1 to 10? When you guys go and you guys spar and you guys get it in, how intense would you say it gets?
It gets intense because he'll say we're doing returns, we're taking turns, and then he stops taking turns and starts going for takedowns and turns, and then sand chow out of nowhere.
Oh.
Yeah, so then I have to like wait until he gets tired, because my cardio is a little bit better than his. So once he gets gassed, then I turn up on him.
Okay.
That ain't how it go. So what we don't know is called trickery.
Oh.
Jamie's a very nice, calm, I want to be everybody's friend type person. Give everybody the benefit of the doubt, right? So in fighting, sometimes it's hard to take that type of personality into fighting, in my opinion. So what I have to do with her is we start off light, then we amp it up a little bit, and then now we were going about 75%. I mean, people about to bleed here in a second. You know what I mean? But that's good, because when I take her to these different gyms, they like to start off easy, then throw a hard punch or a hard kick out of nowhere. She's used to it. She's girls starting to act like that they really do have UFC contracts and they want to shine on her. You know what I mean? And then that way she can protect herself. You know, so that's the reason why I start off that way. And then when other people enter our gym, and then we just shark them real bad.
Just shark them up. Go ahead, Coach. I heard you had a question coming, Coach Sheldon. Go for it.
So Jamie, all right. Who do you want to fight next? Because see, you know, and it's got to be somebody you calling out. I mean, we got to hear this.
Call him out, Jamie.
You know what? I don't really have nobody to call out, but I'm looking for the freaking Solis fight that I got coming up. And shoot.
So we're hoping Morgan Solis shows up for the fight.
Oh,
she shows up for the fight.
Yeah, I'm ready.
She shows up for the fight.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I know this one time I tried to call this one girl out, you know, and it went left. It was ugly. I don't know why. And it's like this Team Millennium. They got all these fighters. They won 15 and they ranked at like #1 in California. And I'm like, okay, you #1. Let's fight then. I want to fight you since you #1. These females, they don't want to fight. Like, what's the one girl's name I've been trying to fight forever? I think I done passed her up now.
Hey, she done turned into a keyboard troll warrior or something. I mean, God, dog, what's going on with these girls?
We talked to him. We talked to the coach. And the coach be like, yeah, we're going to set it up. And then we don't hear nothing.
Wow.
How does coach going to explain this?
Nobody's running around here calling out Jamie the Pretty Assassin because that's a bad fight. You know what I mean? That's a bad fight for them. So I do understand that none of these coaches, they are protecting their fighters because they don't want their fighters to end up getting beat by Jamie and then getting, you know, kicked off the boat, basically. So they run. So anybody that we're going to fight, either it's going to be for a title, and then that's the reason why the other girl actually shows up because of the title. Or maybe we got to negotiate the other girl getting paid a lot more. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
None of these girls are running around here saying they want to fight Jamie Pretty Assassin. That's the reason why Morgan Solis, she wanted the title fight. Sugar Creek came and found Jamie, which Morgan didn't know that me and Sugar Creek got background.
Because he's had 2 belts with Sugar Creek.
Wow.
So just show up for the fight, Morgan. Please show up. Please show up.
Morgan, you just got called out. You just got your card pulled, Morgan. So if you don't show up for this fight, I'm gonna make about 10 videos about you. So
and I'm gonna put 3 of them in too. That's 13 videos.
Here's the key. She trains with Emily Ducati from Bellator.
Yep, I know who that is.
Yeah. So Emily Ducati lost her last amateur fight to a girl that's in the Army that we know. You see how the fight game is so small. You know what I mean? So this is kind of that what goes around comes around thing. Emily Ducati is a great fighter. We actually like Emily. We love Emily. She's great. But when they trying to slide this easy, get this girl to the UFC, Morgan Solis, you ain't gonna come in here, be 2-0, grab a belt, and then run off to the Bellator UFC. You gotta go through Jamie. You know what I mean?
You gotta come through. You gotta come down the street. You gotta come down the street.
More, so we gotta get a photograph of Morgan, so you know everybody know this girl ducked Jamie. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
she already signed the contract.
She's not gonna duck. She's gonna be game.
She signed the contract already. I just want her to show up because we didn't have enough girls pull out of 115-pound fights and run to Canada, and we never hear them again.
Wow.
Tell her how important it is for her to make the weight too. She need to make this weight.
And she better make weight, else we taking part of her purse.
She come in at 120.
We still gonna fight.
Yeah. It takes $700 for that.
Yeah, you go ahead and take that extra little paycheck right there. Now, we have to ask you guys this because we got a lot of things coming up in women's MMA. And Jamie, I hadn't had a chance to ask you and then coach you too. Who are your favorite active fighters right now in the women's MMA game? Like, who do you, I'm not going to say look up to, but who are your favorite fighters? Just speaking as almost like a fan. Who do you like to watch?
I like to watch Thug Rose.
Thug Rose.
Yes. Thank you.
I know you love that, coach. I know, coach, you love that.
Yes.
I also like her name has slipped my mind. The one that's about to fight Cyborg.
Holly Holm.
Oh,
I like to watch Holly Holmes.
Okay.
what are y'all picks in that fight? Oh,
I believe that if Cyborg goes after Holly, Holly will win. Because Holly has an issue with fighting forward. So she I don't think she can fight forward, but she's awesome at fighting backwards. She's awesome at fleeing and fighting. She gonna get you if you run after her. But if you make Holly come get you, she won't win.
You
so
hear that, Coach Sheldon?
this is not Beshko here. Hey, this is not Beshko here. This is not Beshko here. Hey, that's Chris Cyborg. This ain't Beshko here.
I'm telling you, hold on. But if you say that, Coach has been on me for months because I said Holly had a chance. So if you say that, tell him, Jamie. Tell him for me, Jamie. He won't listen to me. You tell him.
Holly does have a chance because Cyborg only has one gear.
Mm.
She don't.
Yeah, but that's the gear that she got is kick butt gear.
Yeah,
yeah. She got one gear that's whoop somebody's ass.
Ronda Rousey had. That's the gear that Ronda Rousey had too. Was go forward and just get what you can get. Now Cyborg has gotten a lot better and got more technical that we're seeing. She's not like brawling as much as she used to brawl, but I don't think that Cyborg can just like stand there and take her time. That's the only way you can really beat Holly is if you take your time and you make her come and get you and fight you.
Hashtag we love Cyborg because we're probably training with her.
Yeah, I do like Cyborg. But
hashtag we love Cyborg.
I call it out.
He said we love.
That one girl was gonna win the Tough House. I said that I called it at the beginning of the season. That what's her name?
Yeah, exactly.
Nico Montoya.
Yes, I said Nico was gonna win the whole thing.
And it happened.
Now once that belt gets in the circulation with the females in the UFC that's coming down from 135.
Valentina.
Now Jamie, I gotta make a couple of bullet points here. And Eric likes to have these little segues. Eric, let's not have a segue today. Let me make some bullet points here.
Oh God, I was gonna do a segue. Go ahead.
Now, Chris Cyborg is not, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is flat-footed, slow, and she got exposed.
Flat-foot as well.
She fast.
Oh, she's not faster than Holly, but okay.
See, she gonna cut that octagon off. She gonna close down the space, and guess what? Holly gonna find it hard to breathe. Okay. And then after she get through that first round, guess what she gonna do? She gonna look at Winklejohn. She gonna say, "What do I do?" Then she gonna look over there. She gonna look in the crowd. She gonna see this bald ass head. That's gonna be Dana White. And she gonna look at him. She gonna say, well, "You knew. You said you knew that this was gonna happen." She gonna say that in her head, shake her head, and she gonna go back in there and she gonna take that ass whooping. That's what's gonna happen. No, that's what Holly Holm gonna think.
Okay.
I told you, Jamie. And see, Coach knows me. This is my broadcast partner. He knows me. He knew I was getting ready to segue, so he knows how he stopped it because he knew I was getting ready to take it somewhere else. He had to get that out because he knew I was getting ready to take it. So he's like, "No, I'm gonna make this point." Coach Thornton and Jamie, I have a question. We want to mix in some of the questions the fans are wanting to ask you guys questions out here. We have a question that came through. This is more of a hypothetical situation. Coach Thornton and Jamie. Let's say we got a fan who really wants to know this. We got a person out here wants to know this. Let's say at 135, I know you don't fight, you fight 125 and 115. But if Ronda Rousey was coming back and they called you guys' names,
hell yeah, we'll fight her. Yes, we would fight her.
Okay.
He dancing, Eric. Look at him.
Yeah.
He doing my dance. That's that P. Diddy dance. I like it. So you guys, I tell you what, Coach Thornton, go ahead and put it out there, Coach Thornton. Let the world know right now you take that fight. Tell them.
Man, we would take that fight in a heartbeat with no training. We ain't gonna train if you don't want us to train.
So wait, so you said you would put it in the contract that you wouldn't train. You just come in there and fight.
Yep, hands down. Because you got fights like that. You got to take fights against people who have been trendsetters in this sport. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You got to take fights like that. We take fights all the time with almost as barely no money and it's last minute. And you don't know who the other girl is. We just took one. You know what I mean? So why not go in there against a Ronda Rousey who just had a couple of losses, and the only thing we need to stop really is a hip toss.
Yeah.
That's really it. Yeah, just don't clinch. Jamie beats her up in the first round. Now, if that don't happen, it's okay. We're still gonna hold our head up proud. We'll smile, and then we'll move on.
Move on from that. So we got that in. We got the Ronda Rousey thing in, and we definitely had to ask that question. Now we want to swim back to this because I noticed. I think that was Jamie. You mentioned that you like Thug Rose. What did you guys think about Thug Rose with the upset with Joanna and JT? What did y'all think about that?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that
You hear Coach? You hear Coach over there, Jamie? Yeah.
But I hope they run it back. I hope they run it back so that they can have a rematch. But
Who you think will win the rematch? I got to hear this.
you know, I couldn't even call it.
Joanna.
I don't know. I don't know. No, because like Joanna is beatable if you just wrestle the hell out of her. People won't wrestle her like
because they can't get her down.
Claudia had the recipe, but then she went in there and started doing stupid stuff, trying to pull her down instead of taking her down. She pulled her down and gassed herself. So she messed herself up. So if you just go in there and then you MMA her, you will win because all Joanna is doing is kickboxing. If you MMA her.
That's kind of true.
Jamie, I tried to tell Jamie, thank you. Thank you, Jamie. You know what, Jamie Thornton, I'm going to tell you what, Coach Thornton, I'm going to try to get you. I'm going to interview y'all every day I can do it. Listen, I thank you. Thank you. I've been trying to tell these people this, Jamie. I've been trying to tell these people for months at a time. They've been attacking me. They've been getting mad at me. And I thank you, a professional. Jamie, the Pretty Assassin Thornton has explained it to y'all. You know what, you people, y'all need to be quiet now. Good. Thank you.
Hey, I got to do another plug. Hashtag Joanna's great. She's awesome. We might be training with her one day.
So you got to get that in.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, that's real talk. So you know what, Coach Thornton, let's get both of the hashtags in again. Hashtag Jamie and Coach Thornton love Cyborg. That's the first hashtag. Hashtag we're gonna get the
Except
second
Jamie,
one.
I don't think Jamie did.
Hashtag come on, Coach Sheldon. Don't do that, Coach Sheldon. Don't do that, Coach Sheldon. The second hashtag. Go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think Cyborg's done some great things for the sport.
That's true. That's real talk. We like that kind of talk. And
Coach Thornton said like what, Jamie?
She got her own little promotion going.
She danced after practice.
Yeah, she danced after practice.
Yeah. Come on now. Come on.
Cyborg, she seems to be good people. I think all fighters are awesome. You know, it's cool to be able to go meet people and punch them in the face, and then we all friends at the end of the day. It's like
or haters, or sometimes,
you know, people do hate, but oh well. If people don't hate, then that means that you ain't doing something right.
There you go. You got to have some haters to know you're on the right track, I feel like. Let me ask you this next question. We got another question coming from the comment section here for both of you. We had someone to come through and they said when they actually listen to you guys talk, as they hear you speak, this is for both Coach Thornton and Jamie. They said that you guys seem very resilient. They feel like you're very resilient people, and they wanted to know, Coach Thornton, you can start with this. What does the word resiliency mean to you?
Oh yeah, that's
a
fairly
good question.
It is, but it's fairly easy. Just keep driving forward. You know, example of resiliency that a lot of us probably would succumb to is when you have like one of your parents die. You know, you still you understand it, but you keep driving forward. You know, maybe you don't have a job, but you keep driving forward trying to get some type of positive employment. You know, so being resilient when it comes to mixed martial arts, since we're on that type of show, is, you know, you're taking what's given to you, and then sometimes people take things away from you, then you got to go back and get it. So you keep moving forward, keep trying to get better. We used to have this thing that we used to say, Eric, we used to say 1% better every day.
Yeah.
1% better every day.
I love it. I love it.
That drives deep down into your soul when you're in training. 1% better every day. I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right. I'm going to keep coming. And guess what? We're going to keep signing those contracts. They're going to keep paying us. And then we're going to keep coming forward. Win or lose, we coming. Because you can quit at any time. I got to get this out of her quick. You know what I mean? She can quit anytime she want to.
Yes, sir. So Okay, so I see something in the comment section. You know, guys, this live stream they good. Guys, they really. I mean, it's awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
said, what would y'all think about the Pretty Assassin versus Paige Van Zant?
Oh, okay.
We're gonna
Take that fight.
now.
You know, that might be doable too. That might be doable.
Well, I don't know because Jessie Jess out of Syndicate. She got that fight. She'll be taking that. What, next month they fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessie just gonna win easy.
Yeah, Jessie Jess got that fight, and we've won some rounds with Jessie Jess. We actually like Jessie Jess kind of. So, it's
But Coach
good.
Thornton, would you go with the no train? Would you go with the no training policy for Paige too?
No, because they ain't gonna pay us enough money.
Okay, all right. No. It would have to be Ronda. But for Ronda Rousey, you would go with the no training policy.
Not at all, because we're getting paid.
That's right. I see. That's real talk. We are keeping it real right here. So another one. So we talked about the Joanna thing. Now I'm gonna stay on this because I know my man Coach Sheldon Harrison is gonna love this question. I gotta ask this question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Here it is. Do you guys think Joanna tapped? Did she tap? Yes or no?
Oh God.
No.
Do you think she tapped? She said she didn't tap.
Do I think she tapped?
Yeah.
Yeah, she tapped. I hate when people go through that stuff.
Yeah.
You tapped. It's like the one girl, the monster fought Ronda Rousey, and she said she didn't tap, but she screamed. That's a verbal tap.
Oh God is good. I take God, the Lord is good. God, yes, she did tap. She did tap.
Well, you know what? Let me say this, Coach Thornton. We got my man Reggie the Tree just came through. He said that was his question about resiliency. He said you shared that 1%. He wanted to say a special thank you for him. He said those were life-changing words, my brother. So I just wanted to let you know these people out here loving what you have to say, loving the energy you guys are giving off.
Oh, I appreciate that. I need to send him an army hat. Tell him to drop me his address.
Yeah, he can come through. You heard that registry, drop it in there and we'll get it over to him. He can get something sent out to you.
He is serious, Reggie. He is he's serious. Look, I believe anything this man say. He's serious, okay?
So we get that over to him.
Yeah, any support that we can get from my wife. I mean, she is a black female. It's hard to break into the fight game. Although Shanna Dobson, she just broke into it a little bit. But what y'all don't know is we was trying to fight Shanna Dobson. Jamie, Shanna Dobson, black ass.
Oh God, God.
It was 2 people on that season.
But let's talk about Shanna Dobson because she slipped it.
They wasn't offering enough money.
Yeah. Ooh, man, that one slipped it. Now,
maybe.
And Mia Stevenson.
Oh, Mia Stevenson. Ooh, So we met Mia Stevenson on Jamie's pro debut on King of the Cage. Mia actually lost that night, but we had an opportunity to fight Mia Stevenson on a Gladiator Challenge, and then she wouldn't take the fight. Rightfully so.
First she said she wanted to take it at 125.
We said yes.
Then she said no, 115.
We said yes.
And then she said,
so we coming. So if that's the talent pool that the UFC is bringing into, if that's the talent pool that UFC is actually hiring, you can't tell me Jamie ain't right there knocking at that door. You know what I mean? Because there's a couple of girls that Jamie actually can beat on that show. Just like I said, Shannon Dobson, we like her, but she did slide one. They protected her for a little bit. Mia Stevenson, man, they protected her and she got out the way. You know what I mean? But there's a couple of girls on there that Jamie will give them a run for their money, that's for sure. And they're at 125. Jamie fighting at 115.
Mia Stevenson. Let me see. Okay, yeah, there she is. There she is right there. Mia Stevenson, yeah, Sarge Eubanks, Ray Johnson. It's a whole lot of them, So she ducked you. Holy, okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I've seen her before. Yeah, I'm familiar with her. I'm familiar with a lot of these people you just named. And Shayna Dobson. Oh, go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she good people, but you know, we really wanted that fight because that fight was supposed to be a check for us and also another W.
Is that a fight you guys were still calling for, Coach Thornton? You still are you letting me know it can still happen?
I'd take that fight in a heartbeat.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
We're gonna train for that one though. We're gonna train for that one.
Gotta train for that one. Gotta train for that one. And then you said
we want to look good. We want to look good.
That's right.
So you see Shannon Dobson right there fought Rebecca Agnew. Rebecca Agnew is a Sergeant First Class in the United States Army active duty, right? So they fought, and Shanna beat Rebecca, but Rebecca has been deployed, come back home, deploy again, so she barely even trains. You know what I mean? So we tried to fight Shanna after this fight, and they protected her, and she ran off. But she did have a good fight in the UFC, which is good. Yeah. So she lost to Mata Ferry, which we knew that was going to happen because Shannon don't have no ground. She's just a big, strong girl. You know what I mean?
She don't move in for the kill either.
And you know, you have a lot of people that look at Roxanne Modafferi. They look at her record, man. They think that, oh, well, this girl done lost 14 times. You know, she really not that good. But man, that girl, you know, she be giving them people problems, man. Like, you know, she give them a lot of problems.
If you look at Roxanne might got a lot of losses, but she got a whole lot of wins too.
Yeah,
a whole lot of wins. Now, it's not like people are finishing Roxanne. Ain't nobody finishing Roxanne. You know, she's in there. Roxanne is old too. What Roxanne? 36?
Yeah, she's 35 right now.
Yeah, Roxanne's an old girl with some weak bones. When she moves, she looks like
I'm sorry.
Remember, we love Roxanne. Roxanne is, we message all back and forth. We wear Roxanne t-shirts around here. But she old. And she still young girls. Her bones be hurting. And she still be in there handing it to them.
She be handling that business. I hear you. Now, Coach Harrison, I'm warning Coach because I got to ask you guys another question right here. But I have to warn my man, Coach Harrison here. Buckle your seatbelt for what I'm getting ready to ask, Coach. Somebody just wanted to know. We had the fans, the people out here in the comment section wanted us to ask Jamie and Coach Thornton. Would you guys, I hate to even say this name, would you guys consider fighting Angela Magana?
Oh, hell. The first round.
Wait, say it again. Say it again, Jamie. Say it again, Jamie.
I'll finish her in the first round.
Angela who?
Magna.
Magna.
You know the girl that got the footprint face.
Yeah.
Magana, yeah.
When they got punched by Cyborg, just got her ass whipped by Bobby Cooper.
We're gonna train for that hashtag. We're gonna train for that one.
Okay. Hashtag
Angela Magna gonna try and call out Brooke Mayo. Brooke Mayo's 0-2. How you gonna call out an 0-2 person?
You know, I think we need to give Coach because I know my man Coach Harrison over here, Coach Shelton Harris. Coach, go ahead and give us about a minute. I know you have something to say about Angela, Coach. Go ahead, because I can feel it burning, Coach. Just go ahead and say it.
You know, I think this was the situation of a bully ass whooping gone right. Okay, this is an ass whooping that went right. You know, she got punched by Chris Cyborg. You know, I was very happy about this. And then she went into the octagon, you know, trying to punk Amanda Bobby Cooper. And Amanda Bobby Cooper went in there and just, you know, beat the brakes off of it. Talking about beat her. Look, you know, she got beat so bad, I thought that she was getting a whooping from her own mama. That's how bad she got beat. Okay? I mean, she got slapped around that octagon. And you know what? Then she came back, and after she took that ass whooping, she still began to stalk Chris Cyborg again and again after getting beat up. It's amazing, you know, how they let her just do these things. But you know what? It feels good. So now she's out of the UFC, and she's going to call out somebody 0-2.
Yeah.
But we know she's not going to mess with the Pretty Assassin. We know she don't want that work from the Pretty Assassin.
She don't want it. She don't want it.
Coach, go ahead, Coach.
I can't say this. You know, I've been tracking her because normally, say she gets picked up by Invicta. Me and Invicta, we've done some talking. They might believe that they can call us up and say, hey, take this fight, which we probably will. So I've been following Magana, whatever her name is. As a matter of fact, I've been boosting up. If you go to Instagram, you'll see I always play trying to make her like me, you know what I mean? But if they do call it, we're gonna take that fight. Now, I do believe that she's beat some people in the past, you know what I mean? But the fight game evolves so fast. So if you take 2 years off, you're not gonna be the same unless you're just GSP or
John Jones.
Yeah.
You know, because you were so far ahead of the game when you took it off. So now you're right there. But yeah, we would definitely take that fight, you know.
And then I don't like she always gotta get naked and all that. Don't nobody want to see that.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting naked sometimes.
Yeah, it is if you're Angela McGann. Don't nobody want to see them dimples on her ass. You know, we just want to talk about this.
If that's what you want to do that.
He said you could airbrush it.
I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. I got a filter for everything. Now, Coach Harrison, Coach, what I need you to do, because you know people listen to this, and this is something you're really good at doing. I need you to give us about a fiery 20 seconds here and tell Angela Magana why she needs to take this fight with the Pretty Assassin. I need you to hype this fight, Coach. I need Coach Sheldon Harrison to hype this fight.
I know who you'd be fighting next.
Yeah.
I got this, Angela Magana. I need you to come from the rock that you hiding up under, because see, you got a real opponent right here. You got a live opponent. You got somebody sitting here. She's laughing at you right now. See, you're gonna let her laugh at you, and then you take the challenge. Okay, don't worry. You might get caught in the guillotine. Okay, you might get grounded and pounded to death. It's okay. You get back up. Okay, you get back up. The Pretty Assassin gonna clip you. You'll fall. Just try to get back up. She'll knock you down again. Okay, and then if you want to try anything else. If you want to try to kick with the Pretty Assassin, no, she'll kick you in the stomach and you'll fall over. Don't worry about that, okay? The Pretty Assassin, will probably show you some mercy after she bloody you to death. It's okay, but you need to take this fight. Stop running, okay? Don't run. Coach Thornton right here, Hey, Coach Thornton will lift you up after you get knocked out. He gonna help you.
That's right.
Coach Thornton is going to lift you up. He's going to help you.
After the dance.
Come on now.
Yeah. Hey, he's got to do the dance first. But Angela Magana, I know you watch these videos. I know you troll people. So here's your chance right now. Here's a real one right here. Let's get this fight on. Let's get it cracking. Come on, Angela.
Let's do it. I knew it. I knew we had to have it. We have to have that, because I really think that's one of those fights I look at and say, you know what, especially if she goes and gets a win, we know Jamie's going to handle her business next. That's one of those fights I can see them thinking the wrong thing, picking the Pretty Assassin and regretting it later. So that can go. You see him in the comment section. Get him, Coach. We knew they were gonna do that. And Coach Thornton said he'll pick you up after the dance. I like that.
I think y'all just signed this fight to either Invicta or Bellator.
It's gonna happen, Coach. It's gonna happen, Coach Thornton. Right here, we're putting it out there. It's going to happen. Because you guys said she's fighting someone that's 0, she's trying to fight somebody that's 0-2 next, right? So
she's trying to.
Yeah. So if she gets that fight, and then you guys go ahead and handle this business like we know you should, this is the perfect. It's the setup, but we want to see it happen.
Brooke Mayo would beat her.
Well,
Brooke Mayo would beat her.
I don't know about that.
Oh. All right. Okay. Well, if Coach Thornton thinks that, I don't know. Now he probably right. This man knows. He knows.
Well, sometimes when you got a lot of people in your ear telling you that you good, maybe you don't work hard anymore. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So sometimes you gotta have some people that's close to you saying, yeah, everybody's saying you good, but you drop your left hand every time you throw that punch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So keeping you tight.
A lot of times we don't, or people don't actually really tell the truth when they're close to a fighter. You know what I mean? A lot of times they don't. So with Brooke Mayo, although we like her kind of too, I just think that nobody really telling her, hey, Brooke, try this way of fighting, try that way of fighting. Because Brooke is a big, strong girl, but it doesn't really, her fighting style really doesn't evolve to her strengths. You know what I mean?
She can grapple.
She's a grapple, but she's not a killer grappler. You know what I mean? She's a grappler that can take you down and hold you down. She's not a killer grappler going to take you down and submit you. There's levels to this stuff. You know what I mean? There's levels to it. So when you first come out and you got some good grappling prowess, you might be able to get you a takedown, be able to get you a submission every now and then, end up on top every now and then. But are you a killer? Are you relentless with going after these submissions or going after these hard takedowns, slamming people? You know what I mean? You can slam a person hard enough, they don't even want to get up. You know what I mean? Are you that type of grappler, or are you going to take me down with a soft single leg, you know what I mean, and let me survive and get back to my feet? So she's more that type of grappler than actually a killer. But she's training over there sometime in Team Alpha Male. You know, if they see a jewel in her, then they got to put their time in her and make her a killer like she could be. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, showed them video.
Yeah, but you know, how many times do you see her posting pics that she actually training with Cynthia?
Zero.
There you go. See, that's why I always say when people got these big gyms, that's cool that, you know, Uriah's name is all over the place. I want to train that too. Hashtag, right? But if Uriah ain't giving you these one-on-ones and making sure you good, then you ain't Uriah. You know what I mean? And if you got a gym full of killers that's in the UFC, since when you gonna pay attention to these little bitty people? You know what I mean? You can't. You got to put your time in the Cynthia Calvilles. What about Jamie Maul went up there and started to train? You know, you got to put your time in those people that's bringing money into the gym. Yeah, Sarah McMahon. You got to put your time over there. You know what I mean? With Jamie getting constant one-on-ones, and then we go test it out at all these other gyms that they let us come in there, and I'm glad of that.
Coach Thornton, is there any big gyms, speaking of these big gyms with the UFC fighters in, is there any big gyms that you've wanted to get Jamie into, to get her in there mixing it up, and you hadn't been able to get that done yet? Is there any gym out there that you look at and say, I really want to get Jamie in here to mix it up?
Yep, we just was talking about it. So Team Alpha Male is about 7.5 hours away from here. That's what I really would like to get Jamie up there in that environment. And get her mixing it up with those girls, because they got a small amount of girls, but they're all tough girls. So we would like to get up there. The problem is we don't like the San Francisco, San Jose area. Man, that traffic is killer.
Yeah, the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's rough on us up there when we go up there. So that's the reason why we haven't actually taken a weekend or a week off and went up there. But that Alpha Male, you can't. Whether you male or female, that's a surrounding that you want to get. They got that championship grit. You know what I mean? They make you feel like you can be the next champion, you know, and I want to be around people like that, whether it's fighters or people even in life. You know what I mean? The President of the United States makes me feel like I can do anything I want to do, you know? So that's where you got to go with that one.
Well, okay, we'll segue. Now I'm definitely gonna pull a segue on that one. So, Jamie, as the fighter, as you look into this as the fighter, when you look at these other gyms, does it excite you? Like if you guys got the call from Alpha Male, or, you know, Coach Thornton gets it hooked up and you guys can go. Is that something you look at as a fighter and you want to go in these gyms where there are a lot of sharks in the water, where these girls are tough? Is that something that excites you as a fighter?
Yes, I want to touch everybody. I want to see what everybody has, because I want to see how I can handle it. Like, where am I compared to where they are? Is their training better than my training? And most of the time, my training is better, because I'm not sitting there learning how to take turns and, you know, just goofing off. Because in a big environment, you get to goof off. People be talking about, oh, we went 20 rounds today. And I'm like, damn, y'all went 20 rounds today. I can only do 5. And because I'm constantly, I can't be over there pitty-patting and running and doing this, you know? So I do love to go to and know what everybody else has. Get to touch somebody that's in the UFC that's been winning, and I'm getting with you, then that means that there's some people in the UFC that I can beat too. You know, because these girls don't be going easy at all. And none of these girls in these gyms, they're not going to let you get nothing. They are not going to get nothing, because they don't want you to think that you can beat them. So, yeah, I love going and have cross training.
And that's what you want to hear. You know, you always want to hear when the fighters want to step it up, because I've actually heard a lot of tales of fighters who tell their coaches they don't want to go train in these gyms. They don't want to go train in these gyms where all the sharks are. They want easy touches in training. And I've always wondered, if you're taking easy touches in training, what do you think your performance in the octagon is going to be like?
That's what happened to Ronda.
Mm. Okay.
It's hard.
Okay.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, you got to know what you're gonna do before you get in the cage. You can't wait, get in the cage, and then you get lit up.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well,
react.
I don't know how true it is. Coach Harrison, you can tell us if it's true. Coach Thornton, you might know this. Jamie, you probably know this too. I heard that leading up to the Amanda Nunes fight, that there were people saying that Ronda was telling people they couldn't even punch her in the face. Is that true, Coach Harrison? Or is that
Yeah.
just hearsay?
No, that's true. It's true.
Wow. Yeah. And so I was thinking to myself, if you can't be hit in the face and you still have kind of bad reactions from Holly hitting you in the face, when Amanda hits you in the face, you're going to lock up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
it's more so.
want to get hit in the face before I get in the ring, because if I get hit in the face in training, that means my face is going to be ready. If I wait to get in the ring and then get hit in the face, I'm about to swell up immediately.
Man.
How you know if somebody's been training or not? I'm scared of that fighter that comes to weigh in with a black eye, and I'm like, oh.
It's almost like she didn't want to. Edmund, our trainer, just said don't go too hard, and so some of the fighters, they had to pull punches, and a couple of fighters, I know she was sparring with I forgot that boxer name, man. She was sparring with her. I forgot her name. It's she keeps slipping my mind. She was sparring with a boxer, and they kept telling the boxer to pull the punches, and Edmund was telling them don't punch her too hard. Don't do this, don't do that, because I guess they felt like it would have messed around the confidence. I don't know, man.
Well, there's a time and a place for it. In your hard training camp, you don't want them pulling punches, but like if it's like the week before and you just trying to stay sharp, you don't want people out there sharping you, trying to hurt you. So there's times to be punched in the face, and then there's times to not be going out trying to hurt the fight. It's pride.
Mm-hmm. Hey, big ups to the super chat again, Coach. Super chat. Now let me do this little hookup between you two right here. Coach Thornton and Jamie, my man Reggie the Tree, he wants to get, you're talking about sending that. He's a big fan. He wants to get that gear. Coach Sheldon, he wanted to know how he could get his information to you so you could in turn get it over to Coach Thornton, because he really wants to get that hat sent out or a t-shirt or whatever, because he wants to rep the Pretty Assassin. What does he need to do, Coach?
He just need to email me, and I will text. I'll make sure that he gets it swiftly. I will text it to Coach Thornton, all his information, and because Coach Thornton, man, you call him or you text him, man, he right back at you. This is a man that, his business is first. Like everything, I can tell, because it's like, call Coach Thornton. Hey man, what's going on? I'm in training. Or hey man, how's it going? So he responds back to me quick. So yeah.
So you won't be getting Pretty Assassin gear, but you will be getting some military gear. So the first thing I always do for all my friends and supporters is I like to send out like a dozen hats, then a dozen t-shirts, but that's all military, because actually the military is what's paving the way for us over here. This is all just fun stuff that we do on the side, but we actually do support the military a whole lot. So you get that first batch right there, and then after you stick with us for a while, make sure we get that Magana fight, and then we get the Pretty Assassin gear out.
I like it. The Magana fight is happening, and I want to say I hadn't said it yet. Thank you guys for your service, all our military, of course, nothing but respect. Thank you for your service. We appreciate that. And I really do want to say this again about Your Majesty Angela Magana. I really think that fight can happen. Coach Sheldon, do you think that fight can happen? The Pretty Assassin versus Your Majesty. Do you think we can make that fight happen?
I think we can make the fight happen. We go to a Twitter timeline.
Yes.
Just get it going. Hey, I got somebody who can beat you up too. And we put a photograph of Jamie, the Pretty Assassin Thornton, on our Twitter timeline. And trust me, she'll respond. She always does.
Yeah. I think I can see that fight happening, really, especially after these next two fights both of them going to have. I really see that fight shaping up, and that fight will probably be, where would you like? Well, I know you like it at UFC, but do you think she's going to get in Bellator? Is that where she's looking at going?
She had Bellator and Invictus, so.
Really, I believe that Invictus should pick her up because she's a good veteran, and there's a lot of girls that she can get some touches over there. You know what I mean? So I would like to see her land in Invicta or even LFA it. But Invicta would probably be her place. She's already paved the way. I mean, she got a lot of fights. She's beat some good people, and she's been beat up too. So I would like to see her in Invicta.
One thing about it though, she will sell the fight. You know, she'll
She
sell it.
will. She really will sell the fight.
Yeah.
She really will.
Yeah, I give her that much. She will sell a fight and have everybody like tuning in to watch her get beat. I mean that's what they will. And you want people to watch, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and the sport always need people who actually help, the fight game by buying tickets, buying hats, podcasts, and then you need fighters that gonna be the villain, and she's already taking the role of the villain. I mean, shit, we take the role of the villain just because we damn black, but it'd be villain versus villain. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody knows that Jamie is a fucking hero. I mean, she does women's self-defense. She does anti-bullying. She was in the military 4 years. She jumped out of planes. She raised her kids. She's a good wife. I mean, that's a damn hero. But instead, they rather try to pit her as the damn villain. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? You know what? I can tell she's absolutely, a hero. And we want to say to you, Jamie, we see you're a hero. Everybody here, the hundreds and thousands of people that listen to this over the next month, they're going to see that. But I will say this. I think when she fights Angela will still be the villain because Angela just has a way of being the villain. So I really think Jamie Thornton versus Angela Magana, I think Jamie would not be the villain in that fight because Angela's just going to play the villain. That's what she does. She's going to talk. And your man, Coach Sheldon Harrison, is going to make. Coach, are you going to make 15 videos about that fight or 20? How many videos?
I don't know, boy. 20. Yeah, I think I can get 20. I'm out there.
I think you can too.
Just fight up. Yeah, I think Jamie get that Andre Ward treatment.
Yeah,
good guy. Wholesome guy, family man. Just like Jamie. Family woman. And then people still just don't like him. And they got their reasons. So, yep. And Jamie is a good person.
Hey, we embrace that. Whether you like us or you don't like us, guess what? That ain't gonna stop nothing what we doing over here.
That's
right. I mean? Nobody has nothing to do with where we're gonna be at in 4 or 5 years. So whether you love us or hate us, we're gonna do our thing over here and we're gonna move on. Now, here's the key. If you see us in a Bentley rose red.
No.
Rose red. See, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody can control what we're doing over here. No, they can hate all they want to, but they're gonna see us in a rose red Bentley convertible rolling around Las Vegas.
Oh,
see,
and when they do that,
and a motorcycle.
That's right, and a motorcycle. And Coach and I are gonna swing down through there and jump in the back seat of that rose red. And we.
Man, nobody rolls in the back seat of a Bentley.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I got it all mixed up. Well, this is what we can do. After you and Jamie do y'all thing, you can just take us for a one-on-one ride. Just take me to the store and back. I just want a picture for Instagram or something in the Bentley. Come on now. You can do that for me.
I'm gonna do you better.
Come on now.
We're gonna be standing outside by the pool.
All right.
The Bentley is gonna be shining. We're just gonna be looking at it.
Just looking at it, just staring at it.
It's a talking piece.
That's true.
So basically what he just said, Eric, in a nice way.
You ain't riding in my Bentley.
You ain't riding in his Bentley. That's what that is. You ain't getting in.
No, man, that's for my wife, man. Whatever she want to do with it. I mean, it's for being a good wife. Sometimes you can get those joys of life when you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
That's right. And you know what, man? I know I'm speaking for Coach Sheldon here too. We want nothing more but to see you guys with that Bentley. Great people that deserve those things and that know you're gonna get it. And I think, like I said, I'm gonna say it again because I'm putting it out there. The Angela fight is the first big one to come. And after that, maybe we can talk Ronda out, talk Ronda back out of retirement, and we can do the whole thing.
I'll be shooting big, man.
That's how we do over here. Let's just do that.
Ronda might just take that fight with Jamie.
She might. I'm telling you, she might. I'm telling you, she might. Because she can look and she can be deceived by some early hiccups, and it's perfect. It's perfect. And then,
hey, I gotta go back on my word. we're gonna train for the Ronda fight.
You gonna train for it now? I hear you.
Yeah. They pay a couple of extra, ducats, and then maybe we won't. But I want to have a good showing against Ronda.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Well, we don't want to hold you guys too long here. We just want to tell everybody because we appreciate you guys' time. I know you guys said you're doing 2-a-days. So, Coach, do you have anything? Because I don't think you want to keep holding Jamie, Coach, because I know Jamie got to get to these 2-a-days tomorrow. So, you have anything? Oh, you know what? Where can they find you guys? Do you guys have like social media anywhere they can go to support the Pretty Assassin? Can you let the people know that?
I'm gonna put it up right now.
All right, let's put that up for them.
Okay, I'm throwing it up now. She has Facebook. I know because I follow her on Facebook.
Yeah. And I will too after tonight. I will definitely be doing that.
Yeah, so Coach,
you should have followed when I first told you.
Coach Shem.
Yes, sir.
So you remember her Facebook page was Jesse and Jamie Thornton.
Yes.
She got mad and changed the name.
Oh
Lord. Okay. I know you can't get mad like that, Jamie.
I made her mad. I did.
Come on, Jamie.
I put some sugar in her coffee and she didn't like it.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
So what is it, Jamie? Okay, is it Jamie Arlene? Jamie Arlene. I got it. See, boy, you can't keep nothing from the coach. You have my
Twitter?
Yes, I do. I have your Twitter. I'm gonna put it up on live stream right now so people can see this.
Go outside and look on it so you can get my wallet out the car, man.
And as he's putting it up, if you guys, Jamie, if you guys want to go ahead and say it, as Coach is putting up, if you guys want to just shout it out for the people listening.
Who is that?
I got some.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, we got thrown off. Our doorbell rung.
Oh, no problem. We were just gonna say, as Coach Sheldon is finding your page, you can go ahead and say it and shout it out to the people listening, just so you can say it out there. You can tell us where we can find you.
Oh, on Facebook, it's under Jamie Arlene. We will be changing the name back after 60-day wait that you got to wait on it.
Yeah.
And then my Twitter page is Pretty PRTY Assassin ASSASSIN.
Just put it up there.
So
okay, and Coach is gonna put it up there. And Coach is gonna get it up there. So
did y'all watch that video of Jesse dancing, of Coach dancing?
Don't do that.
Yes, we gotta watch that. We gotta watch the dancing video too. Everybody go see that.
Hey, let me introduce you to one of these active duty soldiers that throw punches with us all the time. See,
come on,
y'all don't know. I be breeding them up.
Come on now.
Hold on. Yeah, let me get it. Okay. All right. Yeah, just throw him back in the screen. What's his name?
Buddy.
Oh, my name Buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, Buddy. What's going on, man?
What's up, Buddy?
Hey, Buddy, from where you from down south?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Okay.
All right.
I'm from North and South Carolina, man. Ain't too far.
And I'm from Texas, so we got some Southern people in the house. We got that Southern hospitality thing rolling. And Buddy, I just want to say, they said you're active service too. We already said it. Thank you for your service, my man. We appreciate it. We appreciate all you do for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Much respect. Much respect.
Hey,
so, Buddy,
out here, I'm gonna try to help you out, Coach. Buddy, what does it feel like when you be sparring, Jamie?
She go in. She give it all she got.
She going in.
No, so she don't take it easy.
I don't show no slack. No
I say go 20%, and Jamie be going 150.
Hey, hold on. He said go 50. He go 20. You going 100.
Oh, come on, Jamie. You got to cut the young man some slack,
You know that when you punch fast and correct, it hurts. It feels like it's 100%. So it's hard. It's like today, Jesse got mad because I was punching fast and he wasn't blocking correctly.
I wasn't blocking.
He was like, go put on your big gloves.
Come on, Coach Thornton, man. Come on, man. Come on. You got to let her fight with the little gloves now. Come on now.
You got to let them. Well, I think that's just the thing. If Jamie's going 100% like that, that's just Jamie saying, this is how I go. If you're going to get in with me, I'm just going to roll like this. Just how she does. That's everyday work.
I don't be going 100% though.
Oh. So you like at 80 and they're thinking you're at 100.
Yeah, I'll be at 50.
Man,
Okay.
50.
I'll
Ooh,
be at
50.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, okay. That sounds like a winner.
Well, now, but now I was gonna ask you this, coach, and I saw Buddy just came in. We'll ask this, and then we'll let you guys get out of here. Now, we know you're coaching your wife right there, Jamie. Do you have other fighters under you? Or are you looking at other fighters to stay in, or are you just focusing right now on Jamie?
Yes, he's talking to you. Did you hear what he said?
Yep, I did. You know, in the military, you're always like one big, huge, happy family. So we'll be going to Hawaii next month, and Buddy brought us by a microwave.
Oh, nice.
So back to your question.
That's all right, man.
So we do have a few people that's underneath, but right now we're trying to let Jamie pave the way for everybody else.
Yeah.
So most of the attention is going to be on Jamie. Plus, she get mad when I show attention to other people too.
Oh, okay.
She get real mad.
He done exposed her. Oh, Jamie, you got exposed just now. How diggity dog. Well, hey, you guys got any people? You guys got any people y'all want to thank?
I'd like to thank some of my sponsors:
Go
Aquabat,
ahead.
Born Primitive, Mouth Guards in
Never Tap Canada,
in Las Vegas, Never Tap Canada,
Delta Airlines.
Oh, Delta.
They got all of them, coach. They got all of them.
Yeah.
West Army, my mama, my kids. Got 2 boys. One boy is in the Marines, one is in the Army, and then I got my little ones who hopefully they gonna grow up and make something.
Your basketball star right here, man.
They're gonna make a lot of themselves because y'all their parents. So failure not an option in y'all house.
That's right. That's right.
Nah, you better get out and go fail somewhere else.
I love it, man. Eric. Hey, coach, y'all, we got Jamie. We gotta have y'all back on. We got to have y'all back on.
Got to do it again. We have to do it again.
Yeah, because oh man, this been enlightening. I done learned a lot of nuggets from you and Coach Thornton. Definitely some inside stuff about the business and contracts, and definitely how you guys train. That was most beneficial for me, just learning that. Wow, I mean, I appreciate y'all. Me
too. It was great. It was really good. You know what, Coach? Let's get Coach Jamie. Can you do us one more favor? Because we got one of our people that always come through and show us love. Had a question. I think she jumped in late. Valerina. We got one more question. It's the last question. Valerina wants to know, what's Jamie's favorite cheat meal? When you're cheating on you, what's your favorite cheat meal to break down and get your cheat meal on?
You know what? I eat whatever I want.
Wow.
I don't have no crazy diet. When I go through my cutting weight time, I just reduce it to 2 meals a day and just do more cardio. But I eat whatever I want to eat. But my favorite thing is salt and vinegar chips.
Salt and vinegar chips. Okay, so you got it. Valerina, I appreciate it. So you just saw, thank you. You know we had to show you some love. We came through. Valerina asked the question. So if we have nothing else, we want to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to Jamie, the Pretty Assassin Thornton, to Coach Thornton. You guys are great. This is a husband and wife team going to the top. You guys start going to Angela Magana's page and saying, fight the Pretty Assassin. We want to make that fight first. We want to make that fight happen. Coach Sheldon, you got anything else before we close here, my brother?
Oh, I definitely got something. I'm gonna make them laugh before they go.
Go ahead, hit it.
They probably remember this because I think Jamie was laughing like crazy. But what's going on? I had this thing ready. That's okay. I'm gonna show it to y'all, and I'm gonna have y'all laughing like y'all. Well, yeah. I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, and now coach gonna be like, I remember this. Oh man, because I had so much fun and really, doing this. I just kind of got into it, man, and it's fun really dealing with y'all, man. You guys are awesome, man. It was good. I learned a lot today. Just talking to y'all.
You got something like okay, go for it.
Yo, I'm showing it to him right now. Hey guys, you guys got to check this out. It is.
Oh, where you find none of that? Oh, I do remember this. I do remember this. Oh, that's the lab right there. That's the lab.
Going to work. Going to work.
Hey, well, I enjoyed it, y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Good stuff right there.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Man,
This
great.
is work. This is work.
This is the grind right here.
Oh man. That's good stuff right there. I appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Oh, what you doing with your hand right there?
Oh, get her.
There
Get
you
her.
go. There you go. There you go.
Get her, Coach
He
Thornton.
he was doing a dance, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh guys. Okay, man. Thank you, y'all. Wow.
Great stuff.
Y'all are awesome people.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Okay, and you guys join us tomorrow night. Coach, tell them what we got going tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, you any on J-Check fanboys, you want some, come get you some. Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, time to go live, y'all. Y'all want to debate? Let's debate. And then also the regular coach CA's the Combat Sports Show panel. We'll be back with Lavelle Williams, Eric D. Amazing Eric, and Wildest Moments. So
Great stuff.
yeah. We'll definitely be back. And hopefully we get Coach Thornton and Jamie back on soon. I know y'all so busy, man. I can't wait.
I can't
So
either.
I'm gonna hit you up. I want to talk to you after our first training session in Hawaii next month.
Absolutely.
To let you know where we land at and how they accepted us.
Yes, that'll be a great one. Looking forward to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to that. Let's try to get back on then and let's do it again. So huge shout out. You guys heard the name. Jamie, the Pretty Assassin Thornton, the main man, the number one coach, Coach Thornton. You guys go hit up those social media places where you can find them. Show them some love. Demand that these ladies step up and fight Jamie. Until the next one, it's your boy, Amazing Eric. It's the main man, Coach Sheldon Harrison. We are out of here. Peace.
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 Bye.